Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Talking TVL. Happy July 1st. Time is flying by, people. We have had a great Q2, and we've got an even greater quarter ahead, so I'm very excited about that. But really quickly, I wanted to highlight an interview that we did yesterday. So a woman by the name of Dana, she stopped by with a remarkable weight loss story, and it was gracious enough to share it with us here on TVL. I have a before and after picture. She's amazing and such a kind soul. So this is her before picture from about 2020, and I'm going to play the interview here shortly, but here's her after. Gorgeous, both before and after, but just again a remarkable story, and I have the full story right here for you on Talking TVL. So without further ado, here's the full interview, and then we'll chat after we watch.
Back, everybody. Well, in just 2 years, our next guest, Dana Bradley, lost 166 pounds. She reversed multiple health issues, just completely changed her relationship with food, fitness, herself, right? And now she's a runway model. Also Mrs. Alabama International 2024, a health coach helping other women do the same. So safe to say her journey is raw and real in just the most inspiring way. And again, Dana herself is here to tell that very story in person. Dana's sister, first, can I just say, you are incredible in so many ways. I mean, stunning to say the least, but again, your story is so much more powerful than that. Thank you for joining us and sharing what you have to say, because it resonates with a lot of people, and so we're excited to hear this firsthand. First, again, I want to talk about, you lost, again, 166 pounds in 2 years.
Yes.
Catch us up to speed before that, though. You said how did you kind of get to that point in your life? You said that I think you're kind of eating a lot of sugar and things of that nature. Did you grow up kind of with these life patterns?
I grew up around sugar.
Okay.
I was a fairly small girl until I was about in 3rd grade. And then I started gaining weight. My mom was diagnosed with cancer when I was in 8th grade, and I ended up turning to food for depression. And I lost my mom when she was 50 years old. So I lost my mom when I was 14, and it was a very, very hard life to kind of overcome without her. So I pretty much just kind of ate and turn to food.
Yeah, we know a lot of people.
My sourcing of coping with things.
Yeah.
And so, through the years, I got married, had my children, just got happy, started gaining weight, and never looked back at anything. And I had too many strokes before I was 35.
Oh, goodness.
And I survived, thankfully, and I still didn't get my life right. But then March of 2020, but during the midst of COVID was just around the corner. The doctor looked at my lab work, and he said, you can leave your kids without a mom. And I didn't want to do that. I looked at my children, who were 13 and 16 at the time. Here I was 43, and my mom died when she was 50. And I'm like, how could I do that? Like, how could my kids grow up without a mom? Because that was the one thing that I missed most in my life, was growing up without her, and I couldn't do that to my kids. So he kind of threw water in my face and said, you need to wake up.
And that was a turning point for you. And Dana, praise God you were able to do it. So I think, again, initially, I can only imagine kind of the first hit being met with that news, like, hey, this is a matter of life and death.
Oh, yeah.
And the doctor kind of faced you with that. Where do you start from? Where do you go from there? I mean, we want to stress you lost all this naturally, which I think people might initially assume, oh, you had some kind of surgery, what have you. This was a natural process. How did you even first go about making this happen? Because this is unbelievable.
Well, during COVID, there were no ways you could do elective surgeries. There weren't any options for shots for me. There weren't any options for pills, and I didn't want to do any of that. There wasn't enough time. And time wasn't on my side. We had COVID going on.
Yeah.
My father-in-law died during COVID. My husband lost part of his eyesight during COVID. My kids were home during COVID. The dogs were barking. Everything was going on around me, and I was about to go crazy. But I knew that I had to go home, empty out my sugar. I had to stop giving up Coca-Colas, which were my drug of choice, my alcohol. That was my addiction. And so I gave all that up with a lot of sugar. I started researching everything I could about nutrients, what I needed to eat. Went and bought me a pair of gym shoes at Walmart so I could work out starting the next morning. I sat in my car and I was thinking about everything I had to do, because I did not want to leave my kids. That was the moment I sat there and I broke down. And I needed to do what I needed to do for myself and for my family, because I wanted to see my kids grow up.
Yeah. And here you are now and doing it so beautifully. We see your children here again on the screen. And it is amazing to think, again, in 2 years time frame. And it's crazy to think, I mean, just initial things. cutting out Coke, getting a pair of tennis shoes, which granted were big steps for you, but they're kind of simple concepts, right? And you don't have to join these crazy workout plans per se. You're now, though, a health fitness coach. You're Mrs. Alabama International, spreading this message. What does life look like for you now, and how do you kind of stay on track? Because I think sometimes people, they get to a certain point and then sometimes refer to bad habits.
It's been very different for me. A lot of doors of opportunity came open for me, and they don't when you're a bigger person. So like society was very, very different to me after I lost all the weight. I ended up entering a pageant, and I won my first pageant. I grew up watching them with my mom, and it was nice to be able to bring my platform to the girls and boys clubs and teach them about fitness and about health, because that's where my platform is. I want others to be healthy. I know what it's like to be healthy, and it feels great. And I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and I want everybody else to feel that way.
Yeah. You feel better too. I think sometimes people are like, oh wow, you look incredible, but you feel better too.
You wake up better, you wake up refreshed, you wake up with no aches and pains. As we get older, we start acknowledging all our joints are not where they're not working as well. Then I just didn't want to end up like my mom. I wanted to make sure that I had a way of transforming my life in a way she couldn't.
Yeah. And how do you feel too now? I mean, it's incredible, Dana, again, looking at these photos. I think some people, I imagine you've seen the reactions, people are like, oh my word, this is the same person.
Yeah.
You know this girl on the left though so well. I mean, it's you, right?
I love the girl on the left so much because she took a stand for herself to make her life better for herself and her family. So I love her on the left. She is definitely someone I will always love. And the woman on the right is still the same person, just a lot healthier and able to be here for her kids. And the doors of opportunity have opened. I've been able to do so many amazing things and walk the runway and model and things I never thought possible. It's just, the journey is not always easy.
It's not.
There's been a lot of obstacles in the journey, and you have to be willing to take those. And I have. I've had a lot of bullies, cyber bullies. I've had, community bullies. But I'm still here, and I'm still showing my children that, through all that, mom has rised.
Dana, you are so incredible in so many ways. I think no matter your journey, whether it's weight loss or emotional journey or bullying, as you mentioned, you've experienced so many things, and we're so grateful for it. This has been truly one of the most inspirational conversations I think we've had. Thank you for coming on. This is Dana's contact information. Again, we will stress she is a health coach here in town, so definitely reach out should you need more personal help. But for now, Dana, thank you again so much. Keep doing what you're doing. It's been an honor this morning. Thanks.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.
Amazing, amazing story. And if you just want to rewatch it yet again, head on over to tvliving.com. That's where all of our interviews live, right there on that website. All right, after the break, we will talk about who is coming on Tennessee Valley Living today. Give me 60 seconds and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. See, not that bad, not that long. All right, let me show you this quick promo from Downtown Rescue Mission in honor of their 50th year anniversary, and then we'll talk about who's coming on the show today.
Come celebrate our 50-year journey of bringing hope to our community. Since 1975, the Downtown Rescue Mission has been a place with a heart for the homeless. As one of the largest rescue missions in our state, we care for a large percentage of the homeless population in our community. Our caring staff and volunteers have helped to change lives through the many programs we provide. Over the years, the Downtown Rescue Mission has provided millions of meals, shelter, and counseling for the disadvantaged. We have given away thousands of food boxes and clothing items to comfort the community, while helping thousands of men, women, and children learn the power of recovery through Jesus Christ to help them break that homeless cycle. As we look to the future, the mission is expanding our capacity to meet the need of our city and surrounding areas. Our campus is growing to ensure a safe environment for the homeless and the hurting in our community. With your support, we can increase our effectiveness while building hope for tomorrow for the next 50 years, because hope lives here.
All right, like I said, Downtown Rescue Mission, they are celebrating their 50th year anniversary of bringing hope to our community, and to celebrate their anniversary on September 16th, they will be having a celebration at the VBC. Listen, I know that it sounds very far away, but hey, it feels like the new year started about 3 months ago, and we're already over halfway through it. So what better way and what better time to mark your calendars than now? All right, after that interview, we're going to have Liz Hurley. She's one of our amazing anchors here at WAFF, and each year in the fall she hosts her Liz Hurley Ribbon Run. Well, this year she did something very cool, and she had a t-shirt design contest. So artists had a certain amount of time to submit their art for a chance to be featured on all of her shirts and merch this year. Well, Mrs. Hurley has officially picked the winner, and both her and the artist will be joining Peyton today on TVL to talk about the new design as well as details on how to register for this year's run. And then we will round the show out with our girl, Jocelyn Claiborne. She's our booking producer, and she is every part of amazing. She has a segment called Need to Know with Joe, and I feel like you need to watch because you need to know with Joe what she is going to be talking about today. So make sure you tune in for that. And that's all I have for you on Talking TVL, so thank you so much for joining me. Stay weather aware, okay? We've got a weather extra forecast at 10:30 with our meteorologist for today so that they can talk to you about what the weather's looking like. And be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.